So for screen printing, the most important thing that you need to know for photo screen printing in particular is that you will have to have a transparency of some sort. So you need to have a clear or transparent surface that has black or opaque marks on it. So marks that will stop light. So little dots that the light cannot get through that will keep your photo emulsion from hardening up and being cured. And so there's a number of different ways you can make transparencies. Probably the easiest and simplest thing that you can do is our trusty Sharpie marker. The Sharpie marker, if you draw on a piece of our frosted Mylar, so maybe the other half of the one that you cut down for your monotype and intaglio registration matrix, is you can just make drawings with Sharpie marker. And again, the thicker and kind of darker the marks are, the better, more likely you are to block the light the way you want to. But Sharpie marker gives you a really nice sort of thick black line. You can also use the really fine point ones, and these little black marks that we're making, you can hatch, you can cross hatch, all those things. You can stipple if you want to. All of these things as you draw them are going to end up blocking the light, and that'll be an open space in our stencil, and it'll print in whatever kind of color you choose to use. Other things that you can also use things like a pen nib. So this is really, really nice if you want a really black opaque mark and you want to get it for sure. You can just paint India ink on this thing, and once it's dry, it'll be very opaque, and these expose really nicely. You can also dip your pen in, and you can make marks with one of these pen nibs, or you can take this out and put in thick or thinner pen nibs. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of pen nibs that you can get your hands on to use to paint that on. You can paint acrylic ink on there, black acrylic ink. If you want to take an object such as like sandpaper and put that on and burn it and use that to block out an area, you can cut out black pieces of paper, but the idea is it's got to be opaque, so it's got to block light. If you use a red Sharpie pen, it's not going to work on this. It has to be black. Blue doesn't even work very well. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Here's one that this is an example of one that I made that is all made out of just Sharpie marker drawing. So I just drew all these little flies in this kind of elaborate shape, and every single one of those little marks blew out of the screen just fine, and I was able to print this out in different colors. Another way you can think about doing it is to get like a Prismacolor pencil. So this, as you can see, is a Mylar that's been drawn on with Prismacolor pencil, and there's a little mixture of that and Sharpie marker, on here. And so again, a black opaque thing. Lots of people try pencil, lots of people try charcoal. Anything that's dark enough to block the light will, expose into the screen. It really just depends on how precise you want it to be. If you want to know for sure that you're getting a stencil, a great, beautiful stencil, you want to use something that's perfectly black and opaque. But otherwise, you can just draw your transparency. Whatever you draw on here is what you're going to end up burning to the screen and printing. So you just have to imagine you're drawing in black right now, but I can print this in orange if I want to, and it'll all print out. So again, that's a really simple way to make a handmade transparency for photo emulsion.